Good evening, everybody, or good morning, wherever you are. Hope you're doing well, and welcome to today's flight in Asia. Eastbird's Lee, welcome to the chat, sir. Yeah, this is the new time. I think I'm going to run them. This is a pretty good time by the looks of it. I mean, not good for ATC, but seems to work well for more people. It's not too late for those in Europe. And look at this sunrise we are getting. This is absolutely fantastic. So, and as you can hear, it's all thunder all the time here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it's looking pretty good. We are... we did the EasyJet SimPilot 9-hour multi-leg extravaganza a little while ago. So this is like my 5th flight of today. So it's going to be a little bit relaxed and might be a little bit slower than usually as I get ready, but yeah, the weather here currently, there's no storms. Just looking at just a couple little layers of scattered cloud. Nothing really going on. And then over in Hong Kong, weather there is even less clouds, so should be pretty good. We are looking at some about an hour and 10-minute flight, and as usual I've got a little bit of entertainment lined up for the cruise, but we won't be up in the cruise for that long. So let's hop on board and we'll start getting the aircraft set up for the flight. Alright, for some reason I can't get dome lights working anymore. Not sure what's going on. I can flick the switch, but nothing wants to happen. So I've already got a little bit of lighting set up so I can see what I'm doing, although the sun coming up, won't need it for too long. So we're going to go in here, we're going to get our fly pad set up, and we'll import the briefing. There we go. Alright, so let's call... Where is it? There it is. Let's call for the fuel truck. We are going to need, just get our fuel here. Flight plan is calling for 5560. So we'll go 5560 on the fuel, and get the fuel truck over. Should be getting catering in and baggage as well. Yep, there we go. So that's all coming in, and I'm sure the passengers are ready to start loading as well. They're there. Alright, so that is the fuel in progress. So we'll go down our checklists. Start getting everything set up. So batteries 1 and 2 are on, external power is on, brake pressure is checked, cockpit lighting, well, we can do the panels. Oops. There we go. Get them set up just the way I like them. Cams, and we got the pedestal lights and everything set up. We'll get that standby turned up as well. APU fire test is good. Crew oxygen is on. We'll get the deers up and aligning. Yeah, the skies are looking great with that sunrise. And should be a beautiful takeoff. Steer lights are on. We got the nav lights and everything on. Seatbelts are on. No portable devices. Exits, emergency exit lights are armed. Probe window heats are on auto. APU is off. Temperatures, just turn that slightly towards cool just because of the humidity. Fuel pumps confirmed off. Engine 1 fire test. Engine 2 fire test. Alright, flight director's coming online. Barometer. Currently we are at 1008. And we'll check that with the sim weather in a second. We are ARC 10 and no constraints, and ARC 40 on the FO side. Heading and speed, heading and altitude. We'll leave that at 5,000 at the moment. We're going to do our departure briefing. And radio setup. So we're going to go to 122.8. And we are now set there. So MCDU data we can come over to. So we're going to go to initialization. We'll input the flight plan. So there we go. RCTP, which is Taipei, to VHHH, which is Hong Kong. But it's 25 and cruise level of 36,000 feet. The Throttle is quite a bit different. 57563. We'll enter that in there. So into the ATC menu, we're going to go and do our weather request. We'll send that off. Then we're going to go back. We'll go into our weight and balance. So our fuel, as mentioned, was 5560. 5560. We'll enter that in. And the plane is currently, you can see the fuel level going down. The fuel guys are working on it. So that is done. We'll go over to number 2 and we'll get our payload. So our payload today is 18,192. We have 173 passengers. And our takeoff weight should be 64752. We're just waiting for the rest of that fuel to come out. And we should be good. Alright, back to performance. So our zero fuel weight is 59.2 and 30.0.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant.
And again, block fuel
At
is
this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in
5.5.
the overhead bins and your small items are underneath the seat in front of
with
you.
headwind.
If you have any trouble or need any assistance,
27
please don't hesitate
today.
to let a flight attendant know, and we would be happy to help you. After you put your carry-on items in the overhead bin and it is full, make sure you close it as a courtesy
And our
to
fuel
other
prediction is
passengers.
2.6
Also,
when we get
be
to
sure
Hong
that the aisle
Kong.
is clear and sit down
Hey Nick,
so that way other
are
passengers
you tired?
can
Yeah,
get
so
by
am I.
you.
So am I.
In an emergency exit row, please review the exit
Okay, so that's
responsibilities
all
and
done.
safety
We'll
cards
go over to our
provided for
flight plan. We're going to be
you. Please make
departing
sure that you are able and willing to perform these actions.
Taipei
If you're not, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be
on
received.
23 left.
You are free to use your portable electronic devices during the
And
boarding
we are
process.
using the
We ask that larger
Chal 1
electronic
Bravo
devices are stowed once we depart from the gate. Thank you, and
departure.
welcome aboard.
Well, the good thing is they're always up. You can watch them after. I do that with some streamers. I can't watch their streams, but I'll usually watch them after. There's a guy I follow in Australia, and not flight sim related, but because he's streaming on a 12-hour difference, you know, I end up watching him the day or two later. All right, into Hong Kong today. We are going in on the ILS for runway 25 right. ILS 25 right, and it will be by the Abbey 2 Bravo arrival. Alright, so that is good. So we'll go to our performance page. Transition altitude here in Taipei is 11,000 feet. There'll be a flaps 1 and 0.3 down for that center of gravity. Still not able to get a flex temperature out of that calculator, so we'll go with Toga. It's 131, 132, 136. Alright, so that's all entered in. We have finished defueling, and we have the proper fuel level now. And look at that, there's that sunrise. Ah, looking great. So catering and baggage is all done. So MCU data is in, MCU is in. RadNav, do I need anything? No, don't need anything here for the RadNav. IFR clearance is as given. The IRS is aligned flight plan, we will review in a second. Nav aids are good. Takeoff briefing we're going to do, and the squawk will be 7,000. That's good. So let's take a look at what we are going to do here. So we are currently sitting here in Taipei. Here, I think it's Alpha 6, right here. So we're going to push back. We'll be facing northeast. We're going to taxi out the end of the ramp. We're going to take Echo Charlie down here to Sierra, up to the bottom of runway 23 left. We're then going to depart 23 left, maintaining 210 knots. We're going to make the turn, heading up to Summer. That's our only altitude restriction. We have to be above 4,000 feet. Not going to be a problem. And we make a left turn at Summer, head out to Charlie. And then our flight will take us down the coast to Hong Kong, or down the coast of Taiwan, that is, out over the sea and into Hong Kong itself. It's a pretty straightforward arrival, straight into the TD VOR, which we will tune in. And then the ILS has us do a right turn and then a left intercept.
We're ready to go when you are.
Approach. So we'll put the TD and the SMT VORs in, and after we pass TD, we'll have to quickly put in the LKC VOR as well. So that's pretty much the flight for today. Now I do have the shipping add-on, so we should see some ships in Hong Kong Harbor, and I also have Hong Kong city scenery loaded in FlightSim.to, so we'll see how it looks when we get there. So it sounds like we're ready to go, so we're going to get the APU up and going. Turn the beacon on. Lovely thunder again. Let's check that weather, just confirm the QNH. Messages received. 1008. So that is confirmed. And you can see that there's almost nothing happening in Hong Kong. A little bit of wind, but clear, just a few clouds. Should be pretty good. We'll get an updated weather when we are in the air. APU is up 96%. APU is now available. Leads coming on. Okay, the fan's starting up. So external power is now disconnected. MCDU8s are done. The V speeds are in, 131 for the V1 and 136 for the V2. External power is off, air conditioning is on. So windows and cockpit doors are closed and locked. Beacon is on. Fuel pumps are on. And we are ready for our push. Taipei traffic. Skyways 5556, pushing back to stand Alpha 6, facing northeast. you?
Cockpit to ground.
There you are.
Go ahead, fly deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brake, please.
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
No, that's Kai-Tak. That's the old airport. This is the new one.
Good morning, ladies
That
and
checkerboard
gentlemen, and
approach
welcome
scares
aboard
me.
Flight 50.
Oh, look at that! Look at the sun. Ah, beautiful. Oh, Captain Matty, your name has gotten longer. It is just a couple cartoons because the flight's only about an hour long, so that's all we'll have time for. I couldn't torture Eastbirds by playing a quarter of a movie for him. You'd get into the plot structure and then it would just stop. I know I got him hooked. He wants to see the end of Attack of the Space Teenagers or whatever that last one was.
You are clear behind and you can start your engine at your discretion.
Okay, engine's good to start.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your complete attention to the flight attendants as they demonstrate the safety features
And we're
of
all
our
good on the
aircraft.
overhead.
You will notice a light illuminated
Starting engine
above
number
your
1.
seat.
There's an aircraft coming into land here, actually. It's a Thai aircraft, so we might see him as we're taxiing out. It's a 747, actually. Nice. I do love these early morning flights, though. You get, you arrive at the airport in the dark, the sun's starting to peek over the horizon as you're boarding, and then you take off and you wish you had your sunglasses for looking out the windows. Although a big thing over here in North America is in the winter these flights are usually the best, because if there is going to be a delay due to weather, you're usually delayed the least in the morning, especially if it's de-icing related. And then, because all the delays just stack up during the day, so a 5-minute delay in the morning can turn into a 2-hour delay in the evening. Alright, so we're lined up.
Each vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Please securely stow your
Pushback
personal items.
complete. Set parking brake, please.
Parking brake
set.
Roger.
Good start.
Okay, the tow bar disconnected and the equipment is clear. We will see you on the right side with the pin.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks, have a good flight. See you later.
Information and more can be found in the safety code.
Starting engine number 2. Alrighty, so engine 2 is coming online. That other guy should just be about to land, coming out of that orange sky there. And we have engine 2 available. We have a good start. Everything is green down the board, so starter's back to normal, and the APU bleed and the APU can come off. Alright. You are taxi checklist. Yeah, that's where some of your biggest departure delays are with the de-icing. Are on the pads and getting in there. So, before taxi checklist, auto brake 2 max, spoilers armed, flaps to 1, anti-ice not required, flight controls, it's full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, left rudder, right rudder, neutral, and brakes. And 0.3 down on the trim is set. Rudder trim is set 0.0 and steering pin has been removed. Taxi light coming on, runway turnoff lights coming on. Now we're set to taxi. Get the clock going. Taipei traffic, Skyways 5556, taxiing to runway 23 left via November Papa, Echo Charlie, Sierra, holding short, Sierra 10. Alright, brakes released. Start our roll. TO config. Checked, and it's not that long a taxi, so we'll give them a ding in the cabin.
Please note, the cabin lights will be dimmed for departure and landing. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you.
So you get some beautiful sun coming up here. We do have that 747 coming in. Not sure where he's going. Oh, he's passing us by. That's why I don't see him. I thought he was landing. Watch the speed. I always find it easier to taxi from inside. Yeah, turbulence can be bad. The worst turbulence I've had is in small planes. I mean, that level of turbulence in a large airliner wouldn't be much, but in a small plane it was pretty rough. Yeah, I usually leave the seatbelts on just in case, knowing how quickly it can come out of the blue. Oh, did he? Oh, this is going to be interesting to see. Yeah, did not expect that. Interesting. Yeah, it's amazing how people, they don't seem to match the voices that you hear, and like you said, you develop an image of what they will look like. With all the references to Rod Stewart, I was kind of picturing him a bit like that. Yeah, Eastbirds, it's VATSim's VATSim. If there's no traffic, that's fine. You can still do it. If it's busy, you'll be talking with the other pilots. Just dive into it. You'll learn, and it'll all work. I mean, you've been listening to the streams for a bit. You've heard the different people and stuff and the different levels of experience. It's all good. Where's that crazy weather? Yeah, and 4 kids too, and the triplets and the older one, so pretty pretty amazing. All right, so I'm just going to dial this into 36,000 since we don't have to worry about any restrictions. I'm going to dial in 210 here for our climate restriction on speed. There we go. And there's the end of the runway coming up. Well, yeah, I mean, look as well, Nick. He started this channel, what, 8 months ago, 9 months ago, and it's amazing he's got it to over 10,000 in months. So I can see that being a little overwhelming, like wondering why people are tuning in to listen to him and watch what he does and everything. So I'm sure there's a little bit of a wish to maintain some anonymity. Alright. So we'll hold short here. So cabin crew notified, exterior lights are all coming on. Takeoff light to, or taxi light to takeoff. Nose wheel lights, anti-ice not required. Packs we're going to leave on. TCAS is TARA and above. Transponder mode C. Predictive wind shear is on. Weather radar is on. Takeoff memo, no blue. We'll take our clearance is given. The glide path is clear. Taipei traffic, Skyway is 5556. Take position, runway 23 left. Oh, Eastbirds, I was saying he's comfortable. Sorry. Yeah, well, same statement stands. Thought it was Nick. I didn't, the screen's a little bit far away. All right. Runway 23 left. Come to a stop. Engines to 50%. Alright. 5-degree pitch down, brakes are released. And takeoff thrust set. It's 100 knots. V1 and rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Thrust climb. Get yourself settled in there. There we go. And autopilot is on. speed went right over into manage. We'll go to 210. Keep the flaps down until we're on course to summer. Ruler of the Universe. Ah, brought that Queen song to mind from Flash Gordon. There we go. Wings are coming level. We're going to manage speed. We'll go flaps up. And we'll continue our climb out to our cruise. Beautiful views of Hong Kong or Taipei. One more place on a long list of places I want to visit. It's 8,000 feet.
We are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galley or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with
Switch over
onboard
to standard
Wi-Fi.
pressure
If you wish
since we're
to connect
cleared
to the
to a
Wi-Fi,
flight
you will be
level.
required to pay a small fee.
It's
We
10,000
do offer
feet.
complimentary
Lights.
in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi to find out more information.
And we'll let you guys get up and move around in the back.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when seated in case of unexpected turbulence.
We're out over the water. Oh, there's another ship down there. So Nick Eastbird said that we should be looking at a lot of cool shipping coming into Hong Kong, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. See how this sim does. Again, great views out the window. As the sun's rising. Well, if the new DirectX 12 opens up the processors on this thing, maybe I'll be able to play it in 14.4 or 4K while watching or while streaming. I mean, that would be pretty cool. As it is, I got to downgrade it to 1080 just to make sure it's not stuttering away with everything else that's running right now. No, I think these flights, and I can't remember who said it in the Discord, but these flights are some of the busiest I've had. I really didn't have much time to look out and enjoy the views, other than some of the weather we were getting. It was really something. Eastbirds, I wish there was a way I could fast forward the movie and get it to that point where we kind of left off, but there's no way to do it. I can play 4K if I've got nothing else going on. If I'm just recording, I'm usually in 14.4 for when I record it, but which is a lot of the time. It's just with the one machine and doing streaming on it as well, and I have all the other software running. I don't want to bog the sim down too much, because you know that happens. Alright, we're through 20,000 feet. Climbing up to 3,000 or 36,000. Flight level 360. So everything is looking good. Hey Polly, welcome to the stream. Yep, it's our airline coffee cup. You can see a couple little things if you look around on this Topa Sky one. You can see the Topa Sky fly pad, company issued. Oh, we got a little bit of icing. Yeah, so you can see the little customized fly pad there. I think if we go over here and we zoom in, the FO has gotten a little creative, and beside the master caution put a don't panic symbol, sticker. And if we look behind us on the door, see the official company policy on passengers clapping on landing, and over here the warning. These ones are also in the regular Fly UK livery, except the fly pad is the basic one. Oh, Polly, yeah, Nightbot got ya. Doesn't like it when people spam symbols, so sorry about that. You can do a couple, but usually no more than 5 or 6. Nick will tell you, him and Nightbot are not really on speaking terms. There's 25,000 feet, 11,000 to go, or 9,000 to go. I don't know if we can see the coast of China from here. Well, I should be able to. But I think you can just make it out through the clouds there. I'll turn that anti-ice off now. The warning should go away. Since we're pretty much up in the clear. Yeah, it's automatic though, unfortunately. So not sure what it was. I didn't see it before he attacked. He can be a little aggressive at times, unfortunately. Some very nice cloud cover down around the mountains. There's a little bit of weather we're going by at the top of Taiwan there, but once we get through that and we get out over the water, should be clear all the way into Hong Kong. Glad we're not going north on this leg. It's looking like there's some pretty bad weather up there. So yeah, so given that sunrise and how good it looked, I think we're going to keep with the 2100? The 2100 Zulu time for the stream for these ones. Looked really cool. So we should get some beautiful morning flights going on as we do the rest of the legs here. And then we're sticking on Sundays. We're sticking on Sundays for the South America tour, which is going well. Okay. What was the message it sent him? Stop spamming symbols. The symbol spam is set for 8. I don't know why I did it after 2. Emotes are set for 8. Huh. Weird. I don't know, I don't know why I would do that. Nightbot being overeager, I guess. Unfortunate. Shouldn't have happened. Alright, 32,500, so we're almost up at our cruise. Everything is good, lights are good, cabin is released, everything's looking good up there. Cycle through. Engines are looking good. Bleed air is looking good. Cabin pressure is looking good. Brakes are good. Shows that hydraulics. No hydraulics yet. Okay, fuel is looking good. APU is off, of course. Air, 23 in the cabin. Hopefully you guys are finding that okay. Let me know. I can change it if we need to. Doors, of course, are locked. Wheels are good. Flight controls, no issue. And status is fine. Cabin altitude is about 8,200 feet or so by the time we get up there. Seems to be working now. And here I thought you were giving the stream a thumbs up. 2 thumbs up, or 3 thumbs up for that matter. I do like that livery. Oh, it is pretty noisy outside. You can always go to this one. It's nice and quiet, but it's the wrong side of the airplane. It's away from the sunshine. Yeah, it's a bit loud, which is why I don't kind of like going out there too often. Alright, so cruise level is coming up. And we're about to overfly the Magong City in the Baisha Township. Little islands off the coast of Taiwan. That's where we're going to make that turn. We're going to head further out over the waters. You can see the islands just out the front there. So anyway, there's cruise level. So let's hop in the back. We'll watch Taipei fade away into the distance. Go. And I will see you in the chat.
Our in-flight meal service. Please look in your seat back for our menu, and one of our crew members will stop by shortly for your order. If you would like to order additional menu items, please hit the flight attendant call button at any time, and we'll be over shortly to assist.
brutes? What cowards? What fiends? What lamb chaps?
Well, as much as we all like Charlie Chaplin, it's time to start our briefings. And getting ready for our, our approach, arrival, and landing here in Hong Kong. So let's grab a quick weather update. For the new weather to come in. There we are. And we will print that out. Winds are 190 at 8. A few clouds scattered, 29 degrees, 1007. So we'll go into our performance. Start entering this information in. Put that out of the way. So 1007 is entered in, 29 degrees. Might have to turn the air conditioning up a little bit more. 190 at 8 for the winds. Transition altitude 9,000 feet. And for the Cat 1, it will be 222 feet. Alright, so that is now entered in. We want to be at Musel at 13,000 feet. So M-U-S-E-L. So we'll enter that in there. There's our distance to go, 130 miles. That's the one we want at 6,000. And now we're going to figure out where we need to descend. So we'll do our performance. We'll sync in our altitude. We want to be at 13,000. We want to start down 72 miles away from Musel, and we're now 127. So we're looking roughly 50 miles to go before descent. So what is our approach in going to be? Let's take a look. So you can see on the little VFR map there, now we're now basically going straight west, and we are following along that route. What we're going to run into eventually is the Abbey point, and that's the Abbey 2 Bravo arrival that we are doing. So we're going to fly from Abbey. We got to be here at Musel at 280 knots at 1,300 feet. Then we go Tamar, then the TD VOR, which is what we're on track for. And then once we hit the TD VOR, we are going to turn right, follow the line up to River, and then intercept the glide slope just around River for our approach into Hong Kong. And we're going to need these two. I'm going to dial in these two VORs here. Yeah, these two VORs, and that way we have the information that we need. One for the approach into the airport, and the other one for the missed approach in case something happens. So we'll go to the RadNav page. So 110.90 is confirmed for the ILS frequency. And then on VOR 1, we are going to dial in 114.8, which is the SMT VOR, 114.8, and the other one is the LKC VOR, which should come up 113.2. So everything is now entered in our RadNav, and we are good to go. For that, I'm going to give them a performance because we're going to want to know when we're 72 miles out for our descent. And we've only got about 30 something miles to go. So the missed approach procedure is climb to 4,000 feet, remain on 240, and then there's all these vectors. Right turn, continue climb to 5,000, inborn. Okay, so we are going to want to set in a course. We want the 192 radial for LKC. So that's our turn point. So we'll go 192 and we'll set that in there. No, 192. And that gives us the point where we got to make the turn towards there for the intercept of the missed approach. There's my radios doing weird things again. Not understanding that at all. Well, at least it's not me. I've seen other people mention it now, so feeling a little bit better. See, there's the coast of China coming into view, just off on the distance there. And we're going to descend at 270 knots just for speed control. So 30 knots, 30 miles to go before we start our descent. So fuel on board. I've been playing around with this because we're trying to set the new settings up for the sim. So it's saying I should have 1837 when we arrive. 1837, I got 23 minutes, so that's 500 kilograms. We'll see. We'll check it once we're on the ground. We'll go from there. A little bit of a haze, some clouds over the mainland. Other than that, it's just like the odd cloud here and there. Looking good. Yeah, for the most part, it was. I think it was pretty good. I did enjoy it. A little bit longer legs might have been better. I mean, maybe doing 3 legs instead of 4, and a little bit longer to get that little pause in there. But it was, I guess, pretty realistic, given it was a real route that somebody did one day. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, this is live time, live weather. So that sunrise we had coming up out of Taipei, that's what it was like at that time. So that's why I don't mind shifting the time a little bit earlier from what was I running? By 3 hours, because I was running it at 2400 Zulu and I'm running at 2100 Zulu. We're gonna get some awesome sunrises. So, and the weather should get a little bit lighter in the morning as we move further into the summer as well. So we're going to be hovering around that point where it'll be some nice morning departures. So it looks like this series is all going to be morning flights. All right, how are we doing here? There we go, 73 miles. We want 72. We're good to start our descent. down to 13,000. Going to go down at 2,000 feet per minute, which is approximately a 3-degree downslope, and we're going to set our descent speed at 270.
To assist with customs at our destination, flight attendants will begin handing out forms momentarily. Please review and complete these forms and keep them with you for presentation upon arrival.
I'm going to start filling out those customs declaration forms. Oh, nice. Where are you headed to, Eastwards? So we got 2 aircraft in Hong Kong right now. There's a Cargo Lux 747 and a JEC. I'm not sure what JEC is. And there's 3 of us inbound. There's myself. There's a Finnair coming in from somewhere. Helsinki. Just arrived, and there's a British Airways 777 coming in from London. Right, so a couple aircraft in the area, or at least scheduled to come in and out. Departed the runway. If you're taking off, I just say that I'm either taking off runway 22, or I say I'm rolling runway 22, whatever. If you land and you're getting off, you can either say you've vacated and then runway 22, or sometimes I say vacated the active. Which is the active runway. It doesn't quite work if there's multiple runways in use, so it's something you gotta be specific. But that's, yeah, 50-minute flight's not bad. That's kind of what we were doing earlier today. 50 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes, depending on winds. So, those are the 2 ways that you do it. You can either be very specific and name the runway, or just say you're rolling or you're vacated. But wait till you get actually off the runway and you're on the taxiway. I usually say it just as I'm coming up to the stop lines, and then I get on the other side. Depends. If I got somebody coming in and I've pulled out in front of them and they're on final, I do it just to let them know I'm off the runway, because until you're physically off the runway, they can't land. And if they're kind of close, they're going to want to know, are you actually off the runway? Especially if they're having trouble seeing you due to weather, glare, anything like that. So I just let them know I'm rolling, and they can go, okay, he's on his way off. Really, you're just trying to pass information to make it easier for everybody to know where you are. And that's the thing about my little pet peeve of this last couple days is if ATC is not around and there's other aircraft around you, fly the published approaches. If you don't, people aren't going to know where you're going. If you're by yourself and there's no one else around, like I'm coming in here to Hong Kong, there's nobody here, so I could technically like go straight to the end of the runway, like the sim always wants to do anyway. And it's not going to interfere with anybody. But if there are other aircraft around you and you're all coming in, and you say, you know, you're on whatever the Abbey to Bravo approach, you should really fly the published approach as it is. That way people know where you're going to be and what you're doing. And you don't end up cutting people off or getting too close and stuff like that. Yeah, but that's a bit much, Eastwards, especially if you're flying. So if you were to say, you know, whatever that is, Japan Airlines flight 2233 departing on the Sakura Alpha 5 departure. And then everybody knows where you're going to be on that departure. They can look it up and they can tell by your location. Worst thing to do is to be on VATSim and have the ability to communicate, and then don't, and then just people just don't know what you're doing. And then eastwards, if you get the chance, come fly with us. Again, we're doing the South America ones on Sundays. I'm doing these Asia ones on Monday nights. I'm finding Asia is pretty quiet on VATSim right now, so it's not too bad. So if you want to join in, feel free. They're going to be at 2100 Zulu now, moving forward, so. Alright, so unfortunately, you guys got to sit down and get your belts on. We're getting, where's my mouse gone?
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
Well, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but yeah, you can listen in and see, get the flow, the nomenclature, as it were. All right, so VFR map is going to go away now, so we can kind of see where we're going. There's mainland China. I think we're coming into the special area, and Hong Kong's, I think it's kind of like off beyond the pillar there. Very nice. Nothing out the other side, just like open ocean. That's looking good. Hopefully we'll get some good... Okay, stop that. Hopefully we'll get some good views coming in. Yeah, there's that. I mean, there's no point waiting a couple minutes if you're going in different directions. But 19 miles from Ussel, descending down. Gonna be 4,500. 6,000 at, no, it's the hold. Yeah, 6,000 at TD. So we're going to hit that. So we're going to go down to 6,000. We're going to go over to our normal pressure, which is 1007. Get that dialed in. There we go. Bring the speed back. A little bit of speed brake so we don't balloon too much. Like I didn't announce my descent, but in case, because I know that there's aircraft around and there's a couple sitting on the ground in Hong Kong, I will announce when I'm on final. So we've slowed down a bit. It's 15,000. And at TD we're going to be at 6,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go do that. And I know it's a little early, but I'm going to activate my approach mode. And go direct to new cell. Enter that back in. And go back into managed. And that gets us around the little glitch where she kind of pukes all over your routing in the computer. And this week I'm going to upgrade or switch over to the dev version. As Nick was saying, don't know how long the experimental update to the new system is going to be, so want to make sure we can get the minor updates as they come out. Alright, so there's Musel. We're doing good. Slowed down to 250 knots. Yeah, what happened today happened yesterday. Alright, so we're going to be going through 10,000, so landing lights are going to come on. Weather's good, don't need anything else. Put on the tail or the taxi light now so I don't forget. Landing system is coming on. And we're confirming the passenger lights are on. Put the wing lights on as well. There's 10,000 feet. Simon, good evening. How are you today? Glad you could join us. We're just descending into Hong Kong. It's going to be interesting.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
Alright, you finished? Good. Yeah, Simon, we're just coming into Hong Kong. It should be interesting. I've got some Hong Kong city scenery, and we've got the shipping mod installed as well, so we should see some ships in the harbor and some interesting sights around the city. And it looks like we have a 747 has just flown out of Kai Tak, which is interesting because that airport's closed. In fact, we can see his lights actually in front of us down over the water there. Eastbirds is just jumping in and getting in with it, and everyone starts, everyone's new. You got to learn, and if you don't understand, ask for clarification. If it's really bad transmission or you can't understand the accent, the controllers will usually type it up for you and send it to you in text. Just talk slowly and clearly, and you'll do all right. All right, 6,000 at TD. We're going to turn the two VORs on. And then we're going to descend to 4,500 for the approach. Yeah, it should be good. I'm looking forward to it. There's that 747 down below us. Definitely see his lights now. There he is right there. Oh no, it's a ship. Or is that a ship, or is that I don't know. It's in the direction it said he is. No, that's a ship. Cool. I actually don't see... There's another one out there. So we are seeing shipping. That's cool. Hopefully we get some interesting scenery out here. Yeah, I think he's gone past us now. He's climbing out. He's probably somewhere off in that direction now. Still a little bit lower than us, but should be good. Oh, there's some of the scenery coming in. Nice. We'll bring the speed back to 240 now. Now we've got basically 8 miles on a straight line from TD before we should be making the turn for the intercept. So we'll see how that goes. Probably going to bring the speed back a little bit more now. We'll go into managed mode. Freighter out there. Get you closed. Forgot about you. This is why that pilot monitoring is so handy. Speed's down to 210. Not sure the areas around here. No. Start down to 450. I'm going to turn you to heading 344 is what we want. There's the city. A little bit of stutters. Three, 4, 4. There's Kai-Tech down below us there. Should get a view as we roll out here. There it is in the bay there. The famous approach would come in over the water, and then they were aiming for the mountains here just off the pillar, and they'd make that turn in and come in and land out towards the water. The big famous checkerboard. Alright, so our altitude is coming down. Beautiful Hong Kong, downtown Hong Kong. Not exactly sure where our airport is. This is the one they built on. They made an island and built it out in the bay. Landing systems are in. I don't know why I'm not picking up the ILS yet. 110.9, 110.9. That's correct. It's looking really cool. Alright, flaps 1. 280. For the intercept. I wonder if the runway's blocked with, or the beams are blocked by the mountains. Or we're doing the visual. Huh? Who knows? Another place on my list to visit. So 254. Ah, there it is. Alright, let's just come in. Localizer, our approach mode is activated. 15 miles out, and we're starting to make the turn. Beautiful Hong Kong. Looks pretty cool. Might have to get the helicopter out and go tour around, see what it looks like. There's the shipping harbor there. Oh, looks like we're on the intercept. Flaps 2. See the airport ahead of us there. No, this is the free, some guy's FlightSim.to freeware one, which is pretty impressive for freeware. All right, there we are, flying in. There's the other side of the mountains. Very nice. Yeah, it is pretty impressive terrain scenery out here.
2,500.
Alright, 9 miles out. We'll start configuring early. Gear going down. Auto brake set to 1.
2,500. $2,500.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably take a closer look at it. See how it does up close. There's a nice bridge there. Look at that bridge. With all the ramps and everything. Wow. Alright, time to concentrate. Alright, that's 6 miles. Flaps 3. Hong Kong traffic, Skyways 5556, established ILS, runway 25 right, 5 miles out. Make sure the spoilers are armed. We'll ding the cabin.
Camera crew, please take your seat.
Flaps full. looking good. I was hoping for a little bit more traffic out here. More shipping. Sure, blame me. I'll take the blame for that. I was a distraction.
1,000.
Alright, first VOR is behind us. Second VOR is set. And 4,000 is the missed approach. Buildings off on the shore there of the island.
$500.
Autopilot's off.
400. 100 above. 300. Minimum
Landing.
200. $100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Reverser's armed. Reverser's green. Auto brakes on. 80 knots. Knots, reverser's off. Manual braking, and we're going to exit on the first high speed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 6:50 a.m. and it's currently about 29 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have
Hong Kong
shifted
traffic,
during the
Skyways
flight.
5556 is clear, runway
Thank
25
you
right.
for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
Radar off, that's off, transponders off, TCAS to standby. Alright, let's head to the gate. Yeah, they really add something. Doesn't look so pristine. So we're gonna go down here. We're gonna take Alpha 6 to Bravo. We're gonna back taxi on. Well, back taxi. We're gonna taxi on Bravo down to the terminal, which is up at the other end of the airport. Go. Get around here. Gonna probably go on Bravo 7. Head to the gates there. A nice morning arrival in Hong Kong, and we are 18 minutes early, according to PAX. So we've done good. Again, the default generic airport for Hong Kong. free flyby or free FlightSim.to scenery that we saw coming over the city as we came in. There's the tower. Landed in time for a nice late breakfast or brunch here in Hong Kong. There should be one other airplane around here somewhere. Not sure where he is. In fact, I think I see him over there by the gate. Anyway, here's Bravo 7. Looks like a Qantas. See, Nick? I can't see Qantas. Just have no idea why I couldn't see yours. Yeah, that's the thing. If I'm not going to be somewhere that often, I'm not going to buy the scenery. But Hong Kong's kind of iconic, so I may look into it, see how good it is. Getting close enough to see if he is a Qantas. And he is. That's weird. Anyway, here we are. Get ourselves lined up. Here we are. Do I have external power? I do. So parking brake goes on. External power is connected. Let's get the ramp out. Yeah, so that changed my V-Pilot radio frequency. But it's also done it in the air, and that one I can't figure out. Anyway, parking brake is set. Nav aids can all come off. Main system MCU is set. Flight directors are off. Auto thrust is off. NDs are set arc 10 and clear. Both sides. Anti-ice is off. External power is connected. Engine's coming off. Logbook coming open. There we go. Fuel pumps coming off. Passenger signs off. Beacon off. Taxi light off. And cockpit doors open. Oop, Roger can go say goodbye to everybody. And here we are. You're gonna do that, are you? Free camera drone. Thank you. I don't know how it gets fixed on fixed camera mode sometimes. There we go. beautiful Hong Kong. We'll put the Qantas over there in the background. Well, thanks for flying this morning flight. It was a amazing stream. Yeah, Nick, it's been a long day for everyone. Next Monday night at 2100 Zulu, we'll be flying the next leg. You can find on the front page of the channel. In a couple days, I'll have the link up for the sim. You'll be able to see it, and if you want to join in, you're more than welcome to join in. It's a good time, good flights, and it's a good part of the world I haven't seen before, so it's nice to fly around it. Thanks very much, Nick. Have a good night, Eastbirds. Thank you again, and we will see you on the next one.